Most preppers spend hundreds on gear they'll never use. A British veteran spends 29 quid? That's not a gimmick. That's doctrine. British Armed Forces training doesn't start with equipment. It starts with decisions. What do you need first? What keeps you alive longest? What gives you the most capability per pound spent? 5 items, 5 decisions, under £30 total. You'll walk out of any high street in Britain operationally ready. One of these items costs a single pound from Poundland. It starts fires faster than a ferro rod. You'll see why. But here's what you need to understand before we start. Civilians panic buy. Veterans prioritize. That priority sequence is what you're learning today. Water purification tablets. This is decision 1. It's not food. It's not shelter. It's not a knife. It's water. The British Armed Forces doctrine puts clean water above every other survival requirement. Here's why you should too. Dehydration degrades your cognitive function within 12 hours. Your decision-making falls apart. Your fine motor skills disappear. Within 48 to 72 hours, you're incapacitated. You can't build shelter if you can't think straight. You can't navigate if your hands are shaking. Most civilians stockpile bottled water. £1 per litre, they'll burn through their supply in 48 hours, and then they've got nothing. You're not doing that. You're picking up a pack of Oasis or Aquatabs from Go Outdoors for under £5. That single pack treats 50 litres of water. That's 10 times the cost efficiency of bottled water, 20 times the weight efficiency. You drop 1 tablet into a litre of river water. I wait 30 minutes and you've got safe drinking water. Same tablets work for wound irrigation and cooking water sterilisation. 3 functions. 1 £5 purchase. Running total £5. Ordnance Survey Explorer map. Your phone dies. That's not a hypothetical. That's a certainty. No mains power means no charging. No charging means no GPS. No cell towers means no signal anyway. You've just lost all navigation capability because you trusted a device with a 12-hour battery. British Armed Forces, comms blackout training drills, physical map reading before any digital system is even introduced. There's a reason for that. You need a navigation method that requires 0 power and 0 infrastructure. An OS Explorer at 1 to 25,000 scale from WHSmith or Argos costs you around £8, and it covers roughly 1,250 square kilometers. That's enough to get you from any major town to safe ground without ever needing a signal. You can use it for route planning, shelter site selection, terrain assessment, and threat avoidance. In an emergency, the paper itself works as a fire lighting surface. Most people don't lose their lives because they lack supplies. They lose them because they can't navigate to safety. Running total £13. Now pay attention to this one. This is the item I teased at the start. Poundland reading glasses. £1. Walk into any Poundland in the country and pick up a pair of plus 3.0 dioptry reading glasses. Pop one lens out. You're now holding a convex lens that focuses sunlight to a point reaching approximately 250 degrees Celsius. That's enough to ignite dry tinder in under a minute. Most people spend £8 to £15 on a ferro rod. A ferro rod requires dry conditions, proper technique, and practice. Your £1 lens is solar-powered. No consumable element, no technique curve. It just works. During the 2010 Eyjafjallajökull eruption, stranded UK travellers had lighters confiscated at security checkpoints. Those who improvised with magnifying lenses still had fire capability. The glasses also function as actual reading glasses for map work and splinter removal. Turn the lens at an angle, and you've got a signal mirror. £1. 4 functions: fire, reading, wound inspection, signalling, and you bought it next to the kitchen rolls. Running total, £14. Mora Companion fixed blade knife. Go outdoors, around £12. This is the cutting tool that British Armed Forces personnel actually trust in the field. Carbon steel blade. Holds an edge, battens wood reliably, processes natural cordage without complaint. Most civilians get seduced by tactical knives costing £50 or more. Extra weight, extra features, none of which you'll ever use in a real scenario. You don't need a glass breaker on your knife. You need a blade that works when your hands are cold and your shelter isn't built yet. The Mora handles wood processing for shelter construction. It cuts cordage. It prepares feather sticks for fire lighting. It processes food. 5 core functions from a single £12 tool. That's £2.40 per capability. Compare that to a £50 tactical knife that does the same jobs worse because it's heavier and harder to control. Your kit is nearly complete now. Running total, £26. You've got £3 left. Here's where the veteran mindset earns its keep. Walk into any Tesco or Asda. Head to the chemist aisle. Pick up a box of tampons and a pack of unlubricated condoms. Together, they cost you under £3. Before you laugh, listen. A standard tampon is compressed cellulose. It expands to absorb roughly 12 millilitres of fluid. British Army medics have used them as emergency wound packing for puncture wounds. You press it into the wound channel, it expands, it controls the bleeding. Without wound packing, a puncture wound can put you into shock within minutes. That's your medical capability. Sorted for under £2. Now the condom. An unlubricated condom holds up to 2 litres of water. The Royal Marines have documented their use as improvised canteens during jungle training exercises. You fill it, tie it off, and you've got a water carrier that fits in your pocket. The dry cotton from the tampon also works as tinder. The condom's elasticity makes it a tourniquet component. A dedicated trauma kit costs you £25 or more. A collapsible canteen runs you another £10. You've just replaced £35 of specialist gear with £3 from the chemist aisle. That's the difference between trained thinking and retail thinking. Final running, total £29. 5 items, 5 decisions, £29. Every critical survival capability covered inside 24 hours of infrastructure collapse. Clean water, navigation, fire, cutting tool, medical, and water carry. You didn't need a bunker. You didn't need a go bag from a tactical website. You didn't need to spend £300 at a survival shop. You needed a priority sequence. The veteran advantage isn't money. It isn't equipment. It's knowing what matters first, what matters most, and what you can skip entirely. 95% of the population will panic, buy the wrong things in the wrong order. You now know the right 5 things in the right sequence. That's not a shopping list. That's a decision-making framework. And it costs you less than a Friday night takeaway. If you want to see what comes after the first 24 hours, that's the next video. Subscribe so you don't miss it,